Hi everyone, welcome back to the story of The War Within. In this series, I cover not only the basic story, but do my best to provide extra details, background, and context when needed. So let's begin with the story of the Isle of Dorne. Chapter 1, Breaking Point. This chapter really begins with the end of the previous chapter, the destruction of Dalaran.
We meet at last.
Zelatath, I presume.
This city is home to such power. All squandered by the Kirin Tor. I'll put it to much better use.
Like hell you will.
There you are.
Illyria!
Get out of my head! Khadgar!
This isn't the real fight.
Goodbye, Guardian.
We awaken on the shores of Khaz Algar, still trapped under the rubble from Dalaran's fall.
Lady Proudmoore, over here! I found them! I'll get these rocks off you. Just let me... Ah!
The Nerubians are still attacking, even as the ruins of Dalaran lie all around us. We shove the rocks off ourselves and rush over to our faction leader, Jaina for the Alliance and Thrall for the Horde. Khadgar is nowhere to be seen, and if you try to summon his image with the wondrous Wisdom Ball pet from Legion, you get this error message. For some reason, the wondrous Wisdom Ball is non-responsive. Thrall sends us to rescue as many survivors as possible, while Jaina asks us to slay as many Nerubians as we can.
We have to push forward or we'll be slaughtered!
Rescue who you can along the way.
As we fight the Nerubians, we hear a Queen's Guard delivering orders, promising a reward for those who destroy us.
The Queen rewards her chosen soldiers. Destroy them! Drag them screaming into the depths.
We find and help Marin Noggenfogger, who you may remember from Gaslow's recent pre-War Within short story, The Goblin Way.
Hey, you! Give out these antidotes! I'm gutting venom sacs fast as I can!
Marin, the Baron of Gadgetzan and current leader of the Steamweedle cartel, is not usually found in Dalaran, but the noted alchemist appears to have agreed to help in the fight against Zelatath. We help Moira Thorason and her son, Dagran Thorason II,
Help! I can't move!
who, like us, have been caught beneath the rocks from the ruins of Dalaran.
Oh, Dagran! Are you alright?
Yes, thanks to Granda teaching me stone form. Wait, where is he? We've got to find him.
Dalaran, wait!
We also find and rescue Bran, Moira's uncle and our Delve companion this expansion, who had been turned into a sheep.
Thank you, champion. I got the wool pulled over my eyes. Literally!
We help Archmage Aether Sunreaver regain some mana.
No, mana. I cannot. Much better. Now, there is work to be done.
Safe.
Use this scroll. These relics must be destroyed before they overload.
He asks us to help destroy damaged arcane relics before they can cause more harm. Ritson Flameskull is dead when we find him, impaled on the spike of a warlock gateway. But he is a warlock, so interacting with his soulstone sorts him out.
That always stings. Get moving. I'll take care of the wounded here.
We help Meryl Fellstorm with an unstable portal.
You there! Help me stabilize this portal, quickly! Excellent! My arcane guardians will hold this area. Help the others!
Meryl is, of course, an undead mage, a particularly ancient one. He was one of the founding members of the Council of Turrisfall, but even more interestingly, he was one of the 100, the first human mages ever to exist, who were taught arcane magic by the High Elves during the Troll Wars. This actually makes Meryl an Arathi human originally, from the ancient empire of Arathor, which is not to be confused with the Arathi Empire. More on that in Halifaur's chapter. Just after we report back to Thrall and Jaina, Andor and Rin arrives with troubling news about the missing Magni Bronzebeard.
Jaina! Thrall! We need help! Magni's in trouble.
Anduin, you're alive!
By the sounds of it, Queensguard Zurix has Magni cornered, so we rush to help him in the fight.
Follow me! Magni can't hold off Zurix much longer.
We'll hold the line. Champion, help Magni.
You are but fodder for my ascension. Die in Ansoret's name!
Come and get some, you chitinous bastard!
Swarms of us ahead! Rise and devour them!
We can't hold them! Storm Riders! To ground, my soldiers!
Trespassers! My directive is to protect the Isle of Dorne. Leave at once.
Trespassers? You saw us fall from the sky and fight for our lives. We need aid.
What you need matters not. Your presence is not authorized by the Titans.
The Titans?
Now don't you be talking to my daughter like that, you great stone!
An earthen, hardened like a diamond. A Thragar.
You've seen others akin to me?
I have only heard stories of their heroics. It is a sign from the Titans.
Laddie, it weren't Titan magic that...
What he means to say is, yes, of course, and we'd be honored to...
Dornegal! What disaster have you brought to our city, Outlanders? New directive. We must return to the city. All of us.
So we have been met by a particularly unfriendly Earthen, but thankfully Belgrim seems impressed by Magni's shine, and we learn a new word, Thragar, an Earthen hardened like diamond. While it sounds like there are no other Thragar anymore, rather they seem to be figures of legend, Belgrim does seem to believe a diamond earthen is a sign from the Titans. In fact, it was an ancient Titan ritual that transformed Magni in the first place. The ritual was from a set of Titan tablets discovered in Ulduar, and written in the language of the earthen, it seems to have backfired at the time, turning Magni not only into diamond, but petrifying him as well. He only awoke again years later, but when he did, he was the new Speaker of Azeroth. At this point, most of the characters have special gossip. Anduin, death and destruction, everywhere. At every turn I lose more friends, more family. Khadgar, Alaria. Will it end with Xalatath? When will it end? Jaina. I'm glad the Earthen found us when they did, but I fear that we may need more than their help if we wish to mount an offensive against the Nerubians and Xalatath. Thrall. Xalatath must be stopped. Let us hope that these Earthen do not hinder us. Dalaran. I've got all me books and scrolls, but look at all we've lost. All the knowledge stored in Dalaran. All those people. I hope these Earthen find more survivors, and I hope that Granda, being a Thragar, can help us be friends with them. Maybe they'll have a library too. Wouldn't that be grand? Magni. I didn't need help. Magni winces in pain. He is clearly winded and injured. Maybe just a wee leg up onto a griffin or whatever these birds be. And Moira. Of course we get stranded here, and the first thing me dad goes and does is get himself injured. Always got to play the hero. I hope Dalaran doesn't get any ideas. But who am I kidding? Whisked away to a far-off place and stranded? Meeting a tall, dark dwarf when I get there? I can talk me way out of this. Bring it on, Khaz Algar. Since we do seem pretty capable at killing Nerubians, Belgrim invites us to fly with him to the Earthen capital city of Dornegal.
The edicts mandate that I defend the Coreway. I must return to Dornegal. My storm riders will gather the rest of the survivors. Now, take flight.
But we arrive to discover the Coreway, the city's passage to the center of Azeroth, has been destroyed.
The Coreway. I have failed in my oath-sworn duty.
We immediately begin to help drive off the attacking Nerubians, bombing them with the help of one of the Earthen storm rooks.
Even with a novice rider, this storm rook will reduce those spiders to ash. Drive back the Nerubians around the Coreway. I will handle the ones farther into the city. They are retreating. Well executed, Outlander. Now, I believe you and your friends have much to discuss.
Once again, most of our friends have something to say. Magni. The battle that started on Dalaran is far from over, and here I am already sidelined by my injuries, for now. I'm lucky you came to my aid when you did, and that the Earthen showed up. Not sure I trust them, especially that Belgrim. He seems uppity to me. No respect for me or Moira. Magni winces in pain. But if they will help us with the Nerubians, we have to get them a chance. Moira. I do not disagree with Dalaran's assessment that the city is a wonder, but though Nerubians have done their damage, it seems to me like some cracks were already here, some old enough for ivy and wildflowers to grow through. This isle may have a military, and a general in that man Belgrim, but who's fixing their potholes? Something's deeply awry. Keep your eyes open. Dalaran. To think we're the first dwarves to set foot in the city, an earthen civilization, and the Coreway, a pathway to the world's core. What a mind-blowing undertaking. I wish I'd seen it before the attack. I don't know what we're doing next, but I'll be taking notes all the way. Thrall. The fight is far from over. We must take it to Xalatath. Anduin. Destruction, yet again. It's as if it follows me. Magni is more injured than he's letting on. There must be an inn in the city we can get rest and get our bearings. Jaina. The Earthen are still bringing our wounded to the city. I am thankful for their aid. I just wish we could have saved more. Alaria. I could find no clues as to Xalatath's location among the wreckage. We cannot tarry. Xalatath must pay for what she has done. And Stormrider Merand. Outlander, you are welcome in Dornegal because Belgrim wills it so. One wrong move and I will personally ensure you suffer the full measure of a storm rook's fury. The Coreway, which usually offers passage all the way to the center of Azeroth, has been almost completely destroyed, and Belgrim makes it very clear that this is a bad thing. He rather bluntly tells us to get out of his way, so we once again go speak with our friends.
We brought the Nerubians here.
No, the Nerubians were focused on the Coreway. The attack was another part of Xalatath's scheme. So much chaos and destruction.
We have to regroup. Has anyone seen Khadgar?
No.
We will grieve him in time. But Thrall is right. Without reinforcements, we're at Xalatath's mercy. But no matter what she's planning, we must stop her.
Jaina and I will rally the Alliance and the Horde, but it will take some time for us to sail back here.
Right. In the meantime, we'll stay here and keep the survivors safe.
You will. Not me.
Illyria, we need your—
No, you don't. I can't keep anyone safe. But I can hunt down Xalatath. And make her pay.
We will be back, and we will be ready.
Jaina and Thrall are off to fetch reinforcements, and it's true, Khadgar seems to be gone. Again, can't even summon him with our wondrous wisdom ball. And with that, we've reached the end of Breaking Point, the first chapter of the story of the Isle of Dorne. Chapter 2, Earthen Fissures. The Coreway is Dornagul's lifeline to the Ringing Deeps. Its destruction is catastrophic. Balgrim asks if we will help clear the debris and look after the survivors, while he goes to find out if his fellow council members, the leaders of the Earthen, are okay.
I will check on my people, the Oathsworn, while you clear the rubble. Edicts guide you. Begone, filth of the depths! You hold no claim here!
Edicts, Oathsworn. It all sounds daft to me.
As we work, we find an earthen memory gem on a fallen earthen. This square-cut gem is heavy for its size and emits a faint glow. Engineered from earthen programming and memories, this gem-like cache is removable and can be uploaded to the Earthen Archive. We bring the gem to show to Balgrim, who we find with Merrick's and Speaker Brinth.
Moss grow over us. Survivors from the beach?
If they are truly allies, perhaps all is not lost.
A few of the characters have gossip. Dagran, who tells us this is his first trip out of Ironforge. What kind of luck do I have? My first venture out of Ironforge, and I find myself in a land untouched by time. And the first building I walk into is basically a library. Did I die in the crash? Is this heaven? Nerubians aside, it feels like it. I'm keen to learn all I can about the Earthen, especially if it'll help Mimar. Speaker Brinth. I am Speaker Brinth, a machine speaker here on behalf of the High Speaker. I serve on the council in his stead, presiding over restoration of the archive, the Titan machine installed in Dornagul. The destruction of the Coreway is regrettable. I have not returned to the Ringing Deeps in centuries. My processing lingers on the fates of those I know there and how they fare. We can ask what is a machine speaker. It is hard to explain to an outlander, but I will endeavor to be brief. All Earthen are hard-coded by a keeper, and by extension the Titans with a primary function that they must perform. In the Isle of Dorne, every Oathsworn keeps one of two: build and maintain the structures and facilities of Dornagul and the Coreway, or protect the city of Dornagul and the Coreway. In the Ringing Deeps, the land below the Isle of Dorne, there is a third edict: maintain the Titans' machines above and along the Coreway. This is my edict and the edict of my people. All Earthen look to us to save us from our eventual stasis and shutdown by repairing the stone vault and the awakening machine. We have so far been unsuccessful. And Merrick's. I am Council Ward Merrick's. And you are an outsider, one that has come from a land far, far away. But you have said nothing of the Titans. I had thought that perhaps they and their keepers had settled somewhere beyond where Earthen could travel, but I see from the look you are giving me right now that is not so. There are other logical explanations for their silence, I suppose. A flash of sadness crosses Merrix's face, but he clasps his hands together and smiles at you slightly. We hand Belgrim the memory gem, and, being Belgrim, he tells us off for touching it in the first place.
A memory gem. There will be more to recover, I fear.
But he does have new gossip. The archives still stand. Council Ward Merrix and Speaker Brinth are still functioning, thank the edicts. Speaker Brinth shows us how to use the memory gem that we found to access its Earthen's final memories.
Nerubians everywhere! Look out!
It was Odin. I knew him. His memory will be preserved. Please deposit his memory gem into the Archive's repository.
So, the Archive holds every Earthen's memories? Can you view them?
Dalaran, this may be a solemn ritual for them.
His query is valid. Yes, but the Archive has been inaccessible for thousands of years. Thank you. Keep the device. You may find use of it if you find more memory gems.
Dalaran, this seems like a place you'd be keen to explore. I'll be back for you when I know it's safe.
We can stay a while and listen as Dalaran asks Brinth further questions.
Can I ask you another question, Speaker Brinth?
Yes, small one. My current directive is to answer your questions.
Fantastic. I'm much obliged. Where to start? How long has Dornegal been here?
Unknown. Our archive would contain that information, but as I said, it is non-functioning.
I should be writing this down. I'm standing here with a living relic. No offense. Can you give me a rough estimate?
The archive's last access date was approximately 5,000 years ago. But Dornegal itself has been here much longer, since before the sundering that we believe damaged our machines. Unfortunately, our memories from that time have been overwritten.
Overwritten? You mean in the archive, or your memory personally?
And Earthen's memories are erased upon recharging. Hence the need to upload our memory gems to the archive with each charge cycle. I am not offended, but we are unfortunately in decline. Without a way to recharge, we will eventually all enter stasis.
When will that happen?
Sooner for some than others. In the next 10 centuries, we will all cease to function.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do not worry. We machine speakers are working hard to reinitiate the machines.
I hope it works, Speaker. Truly.
Merrix is a lot warmer towards us than Belgrim has been, welcoming us to the city and even lending us his signet ring so that we can look around freely. The hefty ring's square stone is worn smooth from time, and its band is etched with foreign letters.
Welcome to Dornegal. You are the first Outlander to visit in years.
We visit various places around the city, including the Flight Master.
The entire Isle is under attack. Praise the Titans, you are safe, Meyrand. Were it not for the Storm Riders, the city may have fallen. We need the Council's direction.
Bran, who's all set up for delves.
I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorne unexplored. I have a reputation to uphold.
And Stonelight Rest, the local inn.
Beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the proscenium as a field hospital.
Here, we can meet up with Anduin and Magni.
So many injured.
Anduin tells us we're lucky to find respite here. From what the Earthen have said, the Nerubians have been their enemy for millennia, but haven't come to the Isle of Dorne as far back as any of them can remember. The Nerubians have caught all of us unprepared.
Magni, how are you feeling?
How I look, to be honest. The shine has worn off of me, and of this speaker nonsense.
Nonsense? I thought being the speaker was...
an honor. Aye, until it wasn't. A song everywhere, and nary a peep for me. And now, dragged to the ends of the earth. And my family, too.
I can't offer you any comfort. I admit that
But you're in the same boat, aren't you, lad? But the light seems a fairer master. I doubt it has left you truly Anduin.
I could say the same of you and Azeroth. I don't think it's you. I think there is much we don't know.
That may be. But if I were you, I'd enjoy my break from being a king and saviour of the world. Figure yourself out. Rest.
My relationship with the light is not like yours to Azeroth. But I can see what you mean.
The conversation turns to the Earthen, who Magni finds very strange.
These Earthen, they're a funny lot. Odd traditions, superstitions.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, titans, edicts, Thragar.
Some of them have been calling me Arathi, like the ancient human empire. I wonder how they know of it.
Aye, I heard that too. I don't know what to make of it. The Earthen are also an ancient people. They might be just remembering ghosts.
But it seems like the Arathi were here, recently. Why would the Earthen have an inn with proper food and beds if they don't need them?
Do you think the Arathi are here, somewhere in Khaz Algar?
I don't see how. But it bears investigating.
Arathi and Khaz Algar? Could be. After exploring the city, we head to Foundation Hall, where the Council of Dornegal is meeting to discuss the damage done to the Coreway.
Attacks continue across the Isle. We cannot respond to them all.
Nor can we rebuild the Coreway without help. The Unbound.
They broke their oaths. We do not need them.
Merrick explains the history of the Council of Dornegal to us, and we learn how Earthen society is fractured between the Oathsworn, who still follow the Titans' edicts, and the Unbound, who don't.
The Titans uplifted 4 wards. The Council Ward, the Storm Ward, the Stone Ward, and the High Speaker, to keep the edicts and build the Coreway and its fortress, Dornegal. But the Titans left, and the machines stopped. The Unbound abandoned the edicts, and the High Speaker retreated to the Ringing Deeps. And now, the machine speakers are cut off from us, and we have no means to fix the Coreway.
Belgrim has new gossip. The Storm Riders and I have protected the Isle since our inception. We upheld the edicts after the Stone Ward and the High Speaker left. If either of them were true Earthen, they would already be here, ready to protect their home and people from further attack. But if I alone have to keep the Coreway free and Dornegal safe, so be it. Which is all very well, but we'll still need the Stone Ward's help if we're going to fix the Coreway.
Then it seems long past time you stood united. We need to find this Edelgone, rebuild ye Coreway, and take care of the Nerubians once and for all.
We can speak with Merrick to learn more about the Unbound. I have secretly surveilled Eldergon and her people since her departure. It is my duty as Council Ward, after all, to know all that transpires on the Isle of Dorne. She has long retired her Stoneward title. She and the Unbound founded a settlement to the south. As to their new purpose, I'm not sure if I understand it. Many of them seek to shed their duty to the Titans, but the edicts are our identity. Are they Earthen without them? I know what Stormwood Belgrim would say. In a way, he's right. It should not be possible. Thinking beyond our coding, our directives, the existence of Unbound is a miracle. Thankfully, we have an expert diplomat with us, and Moira convinces Belgrim to let her reach out to the Stonewood.
If this Edelgone can fix the Coreway, we should seek her out. I'm willing to be a liaison, if you be willing to speak with her.
You are correct. Stormward, new directive. Take them to Freywold Village.
I will comply. Follow me.
Belgrim is not thrilled.
If Merrick's wasn't Council Ward, I would have never agreed to do this. You do not grasp the magnitude of her betrayal, Outlander. I have no hope for our success.
Well, this should be interesting.
Aldegon tends to Ebona, a gravely injured Earthen in the geothermal pool. With her focus directed solely on her wounded friend, she does not notice your approach. We ask, are you Aldegon?
Personal directive. Prioritize the wounded. We cannot fight if... unidentified. Another survivor from the crash?
I'm Moira, of the Dark Iron and Bronzebeard.
Belgrim.
Stoneward?
I am not the Stoneward. You know that.
I know you abandoned your post.
And you abandoned us.
The Coreway was attacked. It must be repaired.
We were attacked too. You should have protected...
I can see there is some history between you. But if you haven't noticed, the Nerubians have you both in their sights. You need each other, age-old drama or not.
After completing this quest, Belgrim and Moira have new gossip. Belgrim tells us, I regret coming here. Aldegon must have seen your Dalaran crash and the smoke rising from Dornagal. If that did not make her care about our plight, nothing will. I will acquire the needed resources myself, even without her help if I must. Moira says, I'm not sure what I expected to find coming here. Aldegon and her people have built a beautiful life for themselves. She cares for her people, and that I can respect. Now that we're here, we should help her. If she once was the Stoneward, then her people should have the skills and resources to repair the Coreway. She and Belgrim have a complicated history, I have no doubt, but they must put that aside now.
It must have been hard for you to walk away.
Yes, I was the Stoneward. With the Stonebound, I built all of Dornagal, but I could not remain there. The Stonebound continued to mine and build and maintain. That was our edict. But after thousands of years, the Titans were silent, and yet we still built. My people wanted something more. Many began to drop their tools and leave for the wolds. I argued for them, that we all should be able to choose. But Belgrim was furious, and Merrick's would not defy the Titans either. And so, I joined my people here.
Leaving all you know for what you think is right, that takes some courage.
Or faulty programming. We are free, but we did choose to live unprotected. And now, my people suffer again.
Well, I may be an outlander, but I think you're in the right. And these Oathsworn should be protecting you. Having a different opinion doesn't make you any less earthen.
That is not Belgrim's assessment.
Well, let's hope he'll come around. For now, we can only help ourselves and get your people healed.
Aldegon's people are clearly dealing with the aftermath of an attack of their own. Ebona looks like a pile of rubble. A faintly glowing and mud-like poultice is barely holding her together. Ebona's eyes are still and do not respond to light or movement. An injured Earthen tells us, "We are used to death, but only by time. This was a slaughter. We were helpless. The ones who didn't escape in their homes fast enough, here they lie. We were no match for the Nerubians. A ram gored one from behind and we were able to finish it off. How gruesome they look, even when dead." Sure enough, Aldegon tells us that some of her people have been taken captive by Nerubians, directing us towards our first delve in order to rescue them. Belgrim remains impatient.
This is a waste of cycles. I will go to the quarry myself.
Then you'll be the first storm rider it's seen for centuries.
We meet up with Bran outside Earthcrawl Mines.
Take that, you crawling creeps! Won't get the best of me!
I cannot express how relieved I am to see you again. I went exploring and found Freyworld Village. They'd been attacked by Nerubians just before I arrived. I think the attack happened around the same time as the Corway and Dalaran attacks. That marks our coordinated effort, Bran sighs. These Earthen need our help, but I cannot do it alone. And, who knows, we might find other things of interest. So, how about it?
Let's stock up on supplies before we head in.
Glad to see Adelkhan finally sent us some help.
Let's rescue these folks and avoid these webs. Don't step in those webs. Nerubians might pop out if you do.
You get the idea. We rescue Earthen and...
Those webs will summon Nerubians. Don't stand in them.
Another ambush. This must be how they captured the others. All right, new directives. You take out the Nerubians ahead, and we'll follow behind.
Bran's suspicions of a coordinated effort prove true as we catch a glimpse of our old friend Queensguard Xerix giving orders. We must ensure the Corway is never repaired. After successfully liberating the Earthen, we part ways with Bran, for now.
There's more to explore out there, and you know me, can't resist a good cave.
We return to the village to find Belgrim is also back.
Keeper's beard! The quarry is overrun with Fungarians!
And whose fault is that? Your edict is to protect the Isle, not just the city and not just the Oathsworn.
Aldegon asks us to fetch chunks of Fungarian, which can be used to help heal the injured, and a slightly abashed Belgrim asks us to fetch ore needed to repair the Corway while he helps with the healing.
Conversation, Outlander. You gather the ore. Edelgon? How can I help?
That's the first time you've asked that question. But you can start by helping the injured.
We gather the glittering ore. Streaks of ruby red shine through primarily slate rock. This ore is perfect for earthen refinement. And the Fungarian chunks. Some are more intact than others. The chunks feel velvety and give slightly under pressure. We return once again, and Aldegon asks us to apply the Fungarian poultice to fallen earthen. Belgrim seems to have humbled quite a bit.
This poultice can mend even our stone bodies. Belgrim, your help is appreciated.
You were right. I have been remiss in fulfilling my edict. Now the Corway lies in ruin. I need your help, Edelgon. Just like you needed mine.
We help out with applying the poultices.
I need Findorn and Tregor brought to the pool.
Findorn's face is a mass of webs. Pale, dull eyes peek out, but they blink once, slowly at you.
Good. Now for Ebona.
Ebona looks like a pile of rubble. A faintly glowing and mud-like poultice is barely holding her together. Ebona's eyes are still and do not respond to light or movement.
She's fading.
My storm rook can take her to Dornegal. Perhaps the healers there can help.
Belgrim, thank you.
But Balgrim's Stormrook isn't the only creature flying towards Donegal. The Nerubians are attacking yet again.
Take one of the rams, Balgrim. It's no Stormrook, but it's faster than going on foot.
I have never ridden one, but how difficult can it... Whoa there!
I'll bring the Unbound to the Coreway. We'll meet you in Dornegal.
Damn bugs! They're attacking our injured!
Balgrim has new gossip. There you are. I'm glad you have arrived in one piece. I am not so lucky. That ram beast Aldagon gave me, those creatures should never have been tamed, let alone ridden. I'll be glad when Zeren returns. Queensguard Xerix is once again leading the Nerubian forces, but Alaria seems to be holding her off for now. Balgrim pretty much suggests we kill any bug we can see.
I must defend my people!
I hope Dagran and Mada are okay. Let's go!
An earthen named Wenbrand has a slightly more interesting idea, suggesting we use the highly volatile cinder brew to destroy Nerubian burrows.
Pick up that cinder brew keg. I have an idea.
Ha! I knew it would work. Let's light them up.
Hold on! Help is on the way! Find cover, quickly!
I will crush you. I will crush all of you! Nerubians! Rise!
Where is she? Where is Xalatath? She must suffer for what she has done.
The core way is severed. You will never reach the Harbinger.
The Nerubians begin to retreat, but only for now. We'll need to head back to Donegal to try work out what to do next.
They're retreating. Your cinder brew makes for quite the weapon, Wenbrand.
Meet us at the Foundation Hall, champion. The fight against the Nerubians is far from over.
And that's the end of Earthen Fissures.
I am glad you're back, Adelgar. The Council is needed here in Donegal more than ever.
It is time we stand as one, and strike back against the Nerubians.
But before we move on, several of the characters have gossip text. Merrick's. The future is still an unknown value, but with Aldagon back and Brinth here in the High Speaker's stead, the Council is as it has been for thousands of years. I never thought I'd witness this before I entered Stasis Lock. Our next act is to clear the Coreway to assist the Machine Speakers and our new allies as they pursue the Nerubians and this Xalatath. Balgrim. Balgrim is oddly quiet. His usual performative confidence is subdued. Even for an Earthen, he is very still. Aldagon delivered on her promise to return and help us, and so here we are, an effective council with all our people back together and their interests represented. Together we will make sure the Earthen are never taken by surprise again. Aldagon. The Nerubians have made a mess of the Coreway, but Donegal was already in a bad state. I can tell where the cracks are and the substandard repairs that have been made. The Oathsworn needed us back more and earlier than they let on. Aldagon chuckles. It is a stony but bright sound, like pebbles tumbling into a stream. It all just makes me want to work again. Even in Freyworld, I wanted to build for my people, and now that we're all in Donegal once more, I guess I will again, for all of them. She smiles faintly. Let's get started then. The Coreway's main supports are barely stable. We need to start repairs now. Wenbrand. I really hope they don't expect me to go back to my job as a stonebound. I'd trade the steamy stills in my brewery for the heat of the forge grounds any day. Though, I'm sure if I just offered everyone cinder brew, they'd forget what my job used to be. And Speaker Brinth. Merrick's called me to the Foundation Hall so that we may deliberate on our next step as the Council. Speaker Brinth nods at Aldagon. I am glad to see the Stone Ward returned. Aldegon was a fair and just stoneward. I would have liked to see a similar leader for my own people. As standing representative of the machine speakers, I will represent their will as best as I can. And as the way is cleared, I will go down to the ringing deeps myself and ascertain the status of my people and the High Speaker. Chapter 3: The First Blow. Repairs on the Corway can finally begin, and we're asked to deliver Merrix's work orders to Unbound builders.
Adelgon and I will oversee the repairs. This will be no small task.
But a fixed Corway won't be much good if the Nerubians can just destroy it again.
These repairs will be wasted if we're attacked again. We need to bolster our defenses.
As Balgrim says, the Earthen need to bolster their defenses. In other words, rally the Storm Riders.
Meet me outside the Storm Perch. We will rally the Storm Riders and protect the Unbound. Over here! We will fly to the Rookery together.
Balgrim tells us that, once the Storm Riders are gathered, we will form a perimeter around the Corway to protect the workers. The Nerubians will not catch us unaware a second time. And we let him know when we are ready to head into the Rookery, the Isle of Dorne's leveling dungeon. The Storm Perch is not only the home and rookery of the Storm Rooks, but also the barracks and headquarters for Storm Ward Balgrim and the Storm Riders. For thousands of years, the Storm Perch has stood unbreached by the Earthen's enemies. Unfortunately, defense of the rookery is harder when the breach comes from within.
Before us stands the Storm Perch, Outlander. It is the command center and rookery for all Storm Riders. This is highly irregular. Why are these Storm Rooks tethered here?
Thank the Titans you are here. The Storm Perch has been breached, and the Storm Riders corrupted. Hurry! If we free these Storm Rooks, we can fly there and try to end this madness.
Outlander, with me. Koratite! What are you doing? Stop this!
What is that orb? It's radiating dark energy, and it's affecting the Storm Rooks.
What dark magic is this? How dare they defile their own Storm Rooks? Gorin, what have you done?
The title, the glory, it should have been mine, Pilgrim. You never deserved to be Stormward!
I left Gorin, my second, in charge of the Storm Perch when I left to investigate your Dalaran's crash. What has that traitor allowed to happen in my absence?
To Balgrim's horror, his second, Gorin, motivated by ambition and spite, has betrayed the Storm Riders, and the entire rookery seems to be infected by the Void. As if that's not bad enough, he isn't even willing to face us himself at first, leaving behind his Stormrook, Kyrios, to hold us off instead. Stormguard Gorin Stormrook, though corrupted by Void magic, still loyally fights by his side. And if anything gets in his way, Kyrios will dutifully tear them apart.
Rest well, Kyrios. You deserved a better rider than Gorin. I will deactivate Gorin myself for this sacrilege.
We chase Gorin through the rookery, meeting up with Vokmar along the way.
Finally! I thought I'd have to fight Gorin on my own.
Come, Outlander. We will press forward and rescue who we can.
We rescue what earthen we can, but most are too far gone, corrupted by void energies into the monstrous garden.
Their edict has been changed by some dark influence. Go, find Vokmar. He will take you to safety.
We catch up to Gorin.
Come then, face me. I will stand proud on the debris of your corpse. The Void Riders follow me now.
Once Stormward Balgrim II, Stormguard Gorin has been corrupted by void magic, causing his hate for Balgrim to fester. Using his newfound void powers, he seeks to overrun the Storm Perch and command his own army of Void Riders created from corrupted storm riders.
I command this rookery by right.
Goran, you have betrayed your directives as an Oathsworn and a Storm Rider. I will not let that stand.
Beware. Your death is my directive. I deserve this power.
May your memory be forever cursed by what you have wrought here. The same dark magic that was emanating from the Storm Riders is more powerful here.
I do not like that it feels darker and colder as we go down. But there are more survivors to rescue. The lift is out. If we want to keep going, we will have to go down the Storm Rider way. Follow me.
We head down into the abandoned mines below the rookery to discover more of the corrupted creatures channeling some kind of powerful void energy.
Take out the creatures channeling on that core. Was this an earthen once? No matter. We must destroy it.
What is that? What did Goran bring here?
I have seen nothing like it. Its energies have twisted them, changing them into this.
We have to take it down.
Agreed. Volkmar, engage the target.
We face our final boss, the Void Stone Monstrosity. A grotesque amalgamation of corrupted storm riders, this towering mass of void power knows only pain and how to inflict it. Taking it down is the only way to cleanse the storm perch and its rookery.
Destroy.
It is done. The corruption has been eliminated. But we were too late. Nearly our entire order has been wiped out. The Storm Riders can protect Dornegal no longer. Let us return to the Council. I must report to them.
We return to Merrick's with the bad news.
I've tracked the Nerubians to a burrow near the meadery. They must be after the Cinder Brew.
And without the Storm Riders...
Since the Earthen won't be able to rally their defenses after all, Balgrim decides it's time to go on the offensive. We cannot trust that the Nerubians will keep away from the Coreway once it's repaired. We must strike at their forces before they can muster another attack.
Do they want the Cinder Brew? I propose we let them have it, and then ignite it.
Now hold on! That will reduce my meadery to rubble!
I will see to its repair, Wenbrand. You have my word.
Fine. But if my stock is involved, then so am I.
Excellent. Then we are aligned.
Alleria has gossip. The Nerubian commander, Zyrix, spoke as though he is protecting Xalatath's location. I will take any opportunity to deprive her of another pawn. We agree to meet up at Cinderbrew Meadery, where Balgrim will tell us more about his plan.
On your signal, I'll lure the Nerubians to the meadery.
And we will prepare a welcome for our guests.
Balgrim has us connect fuses to the cakes of Cinderbrew. Once lit, the meadery should burn hotter than the forge grounds, destroying any creature caught in the blaze. We want to kill Nerubians rather than Earthen, of course, so we also evacuate Wenbrand's workers.
Are you sure this will work, Balgrim?
It will. It has to.
Then let's get started.
Next, we're sent to bait the Nerubians by throwing a keg of mead at a nearby burrow.
Set off the keg and hurry back to the mead yard. Then we will finish our preparations.
Over here, champion. Let's burn some Nerubians to cinders. Return to the meadery. I'll lead them into the trap.
Back at the meadery, we quickly set up our defenses before the Nerubians start to swarm.
The Nerubians will soon start swarming from the north.
Place our defenses in their path. The honey will slow them down, and the mead and pollen will help us tear through them. We are out of time. Come, let us get you on a storm rook.
Prepare yourselves. They're coming.
We will keep them gathered by the kegs, thin out the swarm, and stop them from getting past us.
And from wrecking my meadery before we do.
Unfortunately, things don't go quite as planned.
Baelgrim! They're chewing through the fuses!
We still have 2 fuses left. Keep fighting. Keep drawing them in.
No! They severed all of the fuses!
Stay focused. These monsters cannot leave here alive.
Stubborn Earthen! You will not impede my ascension!
Outlander, leave this to me.
The fuses! We can't ignite the kegs!
I must fulfill my edict.
What? Forget the edicts!
I cannot. That is why it must be me. You must guide the Earthen.
Baelgrim!
One last ride, then you are free. Syrinx! My directive is to protect this isle, and the Earthen. All the Earthen. Glory to the Titans! Long live the Earthen!
Baelgrim. Oh, twisting paths.
He's gone. We did it, but he's gone.
As we turn in this quest, Baelgrim Stormrook, Zeren, lets out a screech of anguish before flying away. We've dealt a significant blow to the Nerubians, but at a cost. Merrick needs to be told of Baelgrim's sacrifice.
The Coreway's repairs must continue. It's what Baelgrim would have wanted.
Before we leave, we can stay a while and listen to Eldagon's final words over the fallen Baelgrim.
Baelgrim and I were rivals. We both became wards at the same time. Each of us weighed our accomplishments and accolades against the others. Whom had the Titans favored more? But we were like 2 rams in a yoke, pulling together. Him with his storm rooks, me with my quarry and forge. Dornegal needed us both in equal measure. But it all started to fall apart. The Coreway, the Archive. There began a time of despair as we pieced everything together. I saw what it was doing to our people, and so did Baelgrim. My logic led me away from the Titans. His said we needed them more than ever. I thought he would never forgive me for leaving him alone, yoked to Dornegal. But in the end, if the both of us weren't so thick-headed, I can't help but think we could have avoided his fate. has lost its protector. And I've lost a friend.
I see you return alone, Outlander. I presume not all went well.
Merrick tells us that they heard the explosion from the Meadery all the way from Donegal, but he could tell something is wrong.
Tell me what has happened.
Council Ward, we
have bad news.
Eldergon says our people must know what Belgrim did for us.
We have repelled the Nerubians, but Belgrim is gone.
I see. So he fulfilled his edict.
Not just that. He defended the Earthen, both the Oathsworn and the Unbound. More than anything, he wanted us to stand together again.
Then we will honor his memory by doing so. It will take time to fully repair the Coreway, but the Outlanders can descend to the Ringing Deeps. The Earthen of the Isle of Dorne will support their endeavor, no matter what the edicts say. If we can bring the machine speakers back into the fold as well, then the Council will truly stand complete.
Thank you, Council Ward. Now, let's clear the last of that rubble.
Merrick tells us, with the help of Eldergon's workers, the major repairs on the Coreway's machinery are complete. Titans willing, it will soon be fully functional once again. So, we are heading down into the Ringing Deeps.
Outlander, I will accompany you to the Ringing Deeps. It is my home, and it too may need defending.
But before we go, we have some conversations we can listen to. Merrick's and Magni. We mourn the destruction of our friend, Belgrim, but the Outlanders and their perseverance gives me hope.
Having a Thragar here in Donegal, it is an auspicious sign indeed.
A what? Oh, right. Me? Oh, yes. A Thragar of old I am.
Will you be returning to your duties then?
Duties? Can you refresh my memory of what those are?
Of course. I suppose your memory is like mine. A little dim around the edges after a few thousand years. Our Thragar were the best of us. Chosen by the Titans and instilled with great power. They were our heralds, our generals. They made decisions for the Keepers in their absence. Your duty is to guide and protect us, to warn us of oncoming danger, which in a way, you have.
These other Thragar, they look akin to me.
They were larger, perhaps, but they shone, as you do, of hard minerals.
Azeroth, you fox. Did you do this on purpose? To pave the way here for us?
I'm sorry. My auditory functions did not catch that.
Needn't you mind. Had a stray thought. Thank you for jogging my memory.
Also, Anduin and Ilaria. Do not be lulled into a false sense of victory. Xalatath yet lives. So long as she schemes in the shadows, the safety we've secured here is fleeting, just as it was in Dalaran. While Anduin and the Earthen tend to our wounded, I will protect them the way I know best. Ilaria clenches her fist. By slaughtering all who threaten us.
Valeria, I heard you helped corner Xerix at the meadery. Thank you.
The Nerubians took so much from us. I will not let them do the same to the Earthen.
They've been good allies. And gracious hosts.
A welcome surprise, given that they've been living in isolation for thousands of years.
That may not entirely be the case. I asked about why they keep calling me Arathi. And apparently, an Arathi armada arrived on Khaz Algar a number of years ago. They're said to have formed a settlement in the caverns beneath the island. It sounds impossible. But if it's true, I want to see it for myself. They could prove to be allies in our fight against Xalatath.
No. We've secured a measure of safety here. Don't abandon it to chase shadows in the dark.
Isn't that what you're doing?
I'm doing what I must. Hunting down every last Nerubian. Following their trail back to Xalatath. And claiming vengeance for our dead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Remain in Dornegal, Anduin. Leave the shadows to me.
And with that, we've finished the main campaign story of the Isle of Dorne, but there are still local quests and other lore discoveries to explore, which we will be covering in another video. As for the main campaign, it takes us through the Coreway into the Ringing Deeps next. But that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good YouTube stuff. You can also support me on Patreon, and really, the fact that anyone is willing to spend their own hard-earned money to help me make these videos just blows me away. You're incredible, thank you. Finally, you can find me on Twitch, where I'm always happy to chat about all things lore. So while that's all for now, hopefully I'll see you again soon.